Looking for the green flag at the cone. It's time to let her eat. Green flags in the air. We're underway. 25 laps the distance here tonight for the ASCS Southwest Region Sprint Cars. It's going to be Jeff Lowry leading the field off of turn number 2 down the back straight with Don Grable in that second spot, followed by Steve Cushman and Josh Shipley. Josh Shipley now looks to the outside of Steve Cushman as they work off of turn number 4. Jeff Lowry leads lap number 1, followed by Grable, Cush, Shipley, and Baker. As Don Grable now looks to the inside of Jeff Lowry, not having anything going his way off of turn number 2. Jeff Lowry still leads, but it's going to be until two different ends of the racetrack. Jeff Lowry on the top side, Don Grable down low. Grable gets a little tight for turn 4. Lowry pulls away down the front stretch. Josh Shipley working that top side right now, works his way around the 33 machine of Steve Cushman, moves Shipley up to the 3rd spot, Cushman back to 4th. Then it's Baker, JT Imperial, and Jared Martin right now running 4th, 5th, and 6th on the racetrack. See the brake rotors continue to glow on the 57 machine of Jared Martin. Saw that earlier on in the heat race. Here it is once again in the main event as the real deal Rick Zill pulls up to the inside of Martin, gets by him. Out front, it's still Jeff Lowry showing the way. Down off of turn number 2 he goes, has about 8 car length advantage over the 148 of Grable. Another 10 car lengths back to Josh Shipley. This JT Imperial now has made his way up to the 4th spot. One car pulls his car off the racetrack off of turn number 4. That is Mark Clark in the number 7 machine. He brings the car back out on the track. We stay clean and green. So no caution out for that number 7 machine of Mark Clark. He will lose a lap in the process to your race leader, Jeff Lowry. He works his way off of turn number 4 right now at the start-finish line, followed by Don Grable, Josh Shipley, JT Imperial. Use the inside line. This is the real deal. Rick Zill rounding out your top 5. This is going to be Jesse Baker, Jared Martin right now battling for that 6th spot. Martin goes to the top side of the racetrack along with the 2-car Alex Pettis and the 2B machine of Billy Chester. Those two actually split the 7 machine of Mark Clark. So Chester has the duct-taped wing on his car. That 2B followed by the 2 machine of Alex Pettis. See Jesse Baker and Jared Martin use the inside line right ahead of Billy Chester. Chester has that thing though singing up on the top side off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Now going to peek his nose down the inside of the 57 machine of Martin. Jeff Lowry getting ready to catch up to some lap traffic. Has the 7K of Bruce St. James ahead of him, along with the 7 machine of Mark Clark running side by side. Mark Clark already 1 lap down by virtue of going off the racetrack earlier on. Here as the laps continue to wind down, Lowry has to figure out which line he's going to use. Going to choose the inside line to work his way around the 7 machine of Mark Clark. Now he has Bruce St. James, the radio flyer, right ahead of him. Ahead of Bruce St. James, it is Steve Cushman in the 33 machine. As Lowry and Grable starting to work over the lap cars. Don Grable has some issues getting around the 7 machine of Mark Clark. Now he will clear him down the back straightaway. So it's clean air between the 148 and the 45 of Lowry and Grable. Jeff Lowry still hasn't been able to do anything with the 7K of Bruce St. James, who has about 2 car length advantage on him down the back straightaway. St. James on the tail end of the lead lap right ahead of your race leader. Using the race leader's high line there off a turn number 4, allowing the 148 of Don Grable to catch up to him. Josh Shipley, he has moved his car down to the bottom side of the racetrack, starting to catch a little bit of that moisture down there left at 75 of JT Imperial. Rick Zill still runs in the 5th spot, followed by Jesse Baker in 6th. 7th still Jarrett Martin. 8th is Billy Chester. 9th is Alex Pettis. And 10th would be Steve Cushman, that 33 car right now. Getting ready to go 1 lap down as Jeff Lowry has put the 7K of Bruce St. James a lap down. Now it has Steve Cushman right ahead of him. Once he get by the 33 of Steve Cushman, it's going to be clean sailing there for a little bit. As Chuck Buckman works his way up a turn number 2 as Jeff Lowry now finally puts Cushman 1 lap down. So Cushman works his way down the back straightaway. Don Grable still having issues getting around the 7K of Bruce St. James, trying to get him 1 lap down. So it's 2 lap cars in between Jeff Lowry and Don Grable right now as the battle though rages on for that 3rd spot. JT Imperial just blew by the outside of Josh Shipley. That is a battle for 3rd on the racetrack. Shipley once again pulls his car down low underneath JT Imperial. Imperial not having any of it down the back straightaway. JT Imperial has to slice and dice his way through the lap cars as Bruce St. James and Steve Cushman side by side ahead of him. As Don Grable was finally able to get by Cushman and St. James. St. James actually snuck around the 33 machine of Cushman, moving into the top 10, still a 1 lap down. As Jeff Lowry splits Mark Clark and Chuck Buckman. So once again, it's 2 lap cars in between Jeff Lowry, race leader, and Don Grable, the man in 2nd. Jeff Lowry, driver out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Grable out of El Paso, Texas. Started 1st and 2nd here tonight. Lowry said he wanted that 2nd pill. Looks like the 1st pill working out for him here so far in tonight's main event as we are coming to the line. It will be 6 laps to go in tonight's main event. Don Gable trying to work his way around the 99 machine of Chuck Bugman, see if he can't reel in the 45 machine of Lowry. Then you got the 75 of JT Imperial still in that third spot. Fourth is Josh Shipley. Not for long, those Rick Zill just got by him off of turn number 2, so now move the real deal. Rick Zill in that 4th spot. Rick Zill started this race back in the 7th position, moved up to 4th. A little bit of smoke coming out of the backside of that 20Z. So he works off of turn number 4, trying to get around a couple lap cars, see if he can't catch up to the 75 of JT Imperial. It's JT Imperial. He has caught the 148 machine of Don Grable, battling for second off of turn number 4. Imperial down low, Don Grable up top. JT Imperial now once again peeks down the inside, trying to use the moisture down there through turns 1 and 2. He will get by him. One car up and over, flipping turn 1. Red flag is in the air, and I believe that is the radio flyer, Bruce St. James.
Lap cars stay in their spots. Yeah, we're going back to 20.
So red flag is out here. 20 laps down, 5 to go. Bruce St. James ends up going up and over. Driver is okay, fans, so put your hands together for Bruce St. James getting the wing on the car here tonight. Leroy up on the flag stand. Green flags in the air. We are back underway. And Jeff Lowry trying to break away from Don Grable and JT Imperial. Grable going to keep it right in his sights. Stays right up on the tail, taking down the back straightaway. Now dites down the inside. Don Grable to the inside of Jeff Lowry off of 4. Will be Lowry hanging on to her. Just 4 laps to go. Don Grable once again has his assault set on the inside. Can he work his way up the racetrack to clear Lowry? No, he can't. They're side by side. Drag racing down the back straightaway. Jeff Lowry up top. Don Grable on the bottom side. Also JT Imperial there as well. Grable goes around up and over. Red flag in the air. Well, Don Grable giving it everything he had to work his way around the 45 machine of Lowry. Car breaks loose off of turn 4. Up and over the tire. Car was sent airborne. Lands on his side. So a little bit of a Tommy tip over right there for the 148 of Don Grable, who's having a hell of a run here tonight. Driver is okay. Looking for the green at the cone. Green flag is back in the air. We're underway. 4 to go. Who's it going to be? JT Imperial darts down the inside of Jeff Lowry. Lowry hangs onto the top spot. Now works his car way up top. That's going to allow Imperial to sneak down underneath him. JT Imperial to the race lead. Jeff Lowry on the top side trying to get it back. Off of turn number 4 will be JT Imperial leading the lap. 3 to go. So Imperial leads that lap, followed by Jeff Lowry, Josh Shipley, Rick Zill, battling 3rd and 4th on the racetrack. That allows Billy Chester to sneak by Rick Zill down the back straightaway. Move Chester up to the 4th spot. Josh Shipley trying to work his way underneath the 45 machine of Jeff Lowry. He'll get by him. Just 2 laps to go. Josh Shipley have anything for the 75X of JT Imperial. Down the back straightaway, JT Imperial goes through turns 3 and 4. White flag in the air this time by JT Imperial. Started this race in the 11th spot. Works his way down the back straightaway one final time. He's passed the most cars tonight, and he is going to be the first one to the line. JT Imperial wins tonight's ASCS Southwest Series main event. We're starting the 11th spot. Able to get around Jeff Lowry there at the final restart.
Yeah, I never left the bottom. That's like having a job. No, it was good. We were fast all night. I think my brother, my crew, Ray, my parents, my wife, my daughters, our buddies. Just thank you guys for coming out. That was pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, kick-ass it was, man. So what was going through your mind there? Obviously, the restart comes out there at 5 to go. You saw Don Grable, Jeff Lowry run right in front of you side by side. Then Grable go a little airborne there. Then you got that final restart in the 2nd position. Did you think, twice about, getting off the bottom, or were you just committed down there?
I was committed. I was just, if you don't run the bottom the whole time, sometimes, you go in there, and most of the time they slip up, and that's exactly what he did. He went to the bottom, slipped up a little bit, and I was able to get underneath of him. I never even crossed my mind not to go to the bottom.
Thank the sponsors.
Yep. But like I said, I need to thank my parents, my wife, my kids, Josh, Ray, Matt Azell Dirtworks, Bolt Site Logic, Jeff's Jamming in Stores, my brother Michael Bryan, Super Shocks, just everybody that contributes to this. I wouldn't be here without them. So thank you, and thanks to the fans for coming out.
All right, JT Imperial tonight's main event winner for the ASCS Southwest region. And Jeff Lowry. Well, Jeff, you said you wanted that second pill there. Starting on the pole there, man. You had that thing sawing until, 5 laps ago. Obviously, the red flag comes out for Bruce St. James. And then, had to get a little trickier there in those restarts. Just couldn't quite pull the tricks out of the bag there.
Yeah, we got this Triple X car working really good. Last time we were out here, we crashed. We started there and ended there, and I had to cut the front end out. And so I was mad at myself because I did it to myself. So, I've been arguing with my checkbook here for about the last 3 months. We finally came to terms and decided we'd go do this again. And I got Greg Wheeler, and I got Larry, I got all the Big John we got all the guys here. The Danoviches are here, and what a good night, man. This car's wicked, but it's got to be on the wick. It can't be this pokey crap around the bottom, man. We got to rail the top, and it works good. So,
all right, Jeff Lowry comes home in a second here tonight. Well, Billy, that final restart, I don't know what you did, but, man, you rocked that thing up to fourth.
I finally did my job and pulled the wing back and just went for the fence. It's just way faster up there, and glad that I was able to get a few spots there at the end, and can't thank Ben Gregg enough for this opportunity, and hopefully we can get up enough points here, and we'd really like to get that championship this year. So we'll be back in Sholo in a couple weeks. A couple months.
Yeah, a couple of months. Gonna be a couple before we see you back out here as get the press here. Josh Schiffer, man, you weren't lying. You said it was going to be a hell of a show, and it definitely turned out to be one.
Yeah, it was a great race. We were hanging in there at the beginning, just kind of pacing it, and the motor started to get hot on me, so I had to back it down a little bit. And thank God for the red there at the end. Just get the engine cooled down, I go racing again. Made a hard chart on the bottom. It was really tough racing. Good show for the fan. It's tough inside there, but I thought we had second. Jeff really stood on it up on the wood. So congratulations to JT and Jeff there, and glad to bring this team back in third place.
All right, Josh Shipley finishing up on the podium here tonight.